Back in Week 6, the Eagles lost their last matchup against the football team. Can Washington do it again? Find out next on Madden NFL 22.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return is Jordan Lewis. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 18 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
Partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And this one is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
This is taken at the 23. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 81 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Let's go.
What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be, that time, 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
Sanders. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here's Lewis. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Mariota. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now Mariota. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little game.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And we're in the middle part of the season where each week starts to become a little more important, and especially this, Charles, being a division matchup.
Yeah, you haven't fired the starter's pistol or riding the bell lap like they do in track and field for the sprint to the finish, but you're starting to eye it, aren't you? You got to pile up those wins, put them in the left-hand column, not the L's in the right-hand column.
Off of play action, it's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Watson on 3rd down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 7-7, our score after 1. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Faking the give, now Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Open right side, complete to Rager. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. A little too amped up there. Got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Mariota now. Flushed out right. He opted to go with his scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year. And it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
To throw Mariota. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, Gronkowski complete. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down. Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing again on second down. Watson. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Now a carry for Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. That's going to set him back 5 yards. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Here's Sanders. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off at the 38, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watson's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And Sanders has got it complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they take it over, we step aside. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Taking a shot for Samuel. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. Mariota's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A gain of 22.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Mariota. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Washington. Lazard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effect.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Open man has got it, the tight end.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Mariota. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Mike 42, Mike 42, check, check, Mike 42. Where are they?
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To the air again. Mariota. Steps away to his, and he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marcus Mariota, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Throwing is Mariota. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's complete to Lazard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. They go play action. Mariota.
Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Mariota. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. Mariota again. It's complete to Brown, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. From the red zone now, Mariota.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the gun, Mariota. This is caught.
Touchdown, Washington.
Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And they open the lead up now to 25. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jack?
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Watson off play action. Escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in.
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
From the 50, it's Watson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Let's go.
CD this deep. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points